like to go now to really the meat, I think, of many people's concerns, and we'll get to the...
Dick, before you go on, I think both of you left a couple of loose ends hanging, and I think it's giving a bad impression to the citizens of Bowie. You talked about water and sewer infrastructure. Remember, the northern part of Bowie has one infrastructure, which is our own, and the southern has the WSSC infrastructure, which WSSC has to answer to. But with respect to the question of our water wells, the fact is that we're drawing from very deep aquifers, and we've had hydrologists and geologists in talking to us. There is master planning that's been going on constantly. In fact, a lady came 6 years ago and asked us a question about whether or not there were pesticides in the city's water. And we were told that the water we're drinking, at least here north of 50, fell as rain thousands of years ago in Montgomery County. So obviously there are no pesticides. Furthermore, another part of our infrastructure, which is the biological nutrient removal, which you both know about, the city of Bowie has led the state in the development of biological treatment of wastewater. And we're now, because we started, the state of Maryland is now saving tens of millions of dollars. So when you talk to infrastructure, and people who do not understand strategic planning wave around the term, you don't have a master plan, you're not planning, whatnot, and so on. I'm a strategic planner by occupation. The city of Bowie has had a strategic plan for water and sewer. Also for recreation, it's called our capital budget.
Well,
and if you look at that, you'll see that we're planning long range for open space
I have
and
to stop you.
recreation.
It's 1 minute.
I just want to make sure
you're actually out of order.
You're leaving a bad impression, I think, with the citizens that things are loosey-goosey, and they're not.
Well, regardless.
No, I'd like to.
Well, I do want to follow up on that. I think that this is very important at this point to do that.
Would the moderator stop fighting, please?
You've mentioned infrastructure, and I think that it's important to turn to Mr. Twigger and ask him. He has made public statements with respect to improving the city's infrastructure to ready it for economic growth. And I would like to know what his plan would be with respect to infrastructure. What do you mean by that kind of statement, Mr. Twigger?
Mr. Nasowitz, that statement is very clear in my mind. The infrastructure I was speaking to was the $4 million that the city has either granted or loaned to serve the tech center, the Science and Tech Center. They put $1 million into sewer and water over there, and $3 million in terms of road and stormwater management. All I was saying was that it's time to capitalize on that investment and turn that investment into a profitable situation.
Well, how would you do that?
You need to target market the Science and Tech Center. You need to go out after specific types of businesses that this city wants. This council can, among itself, decide what kind they want. Then you go after those and you market the city of Bowie. Bowie has the greatest thing in the world. It's got location, location, location. It's also a great place to live, and the people of Bowie are certainly...
So you're when you say infrastructure, you're saying just a marketing specialist is what you need.
I'm saying that you need a marketing specialist in addition to the infrastructure that's already...
I'd like to add that the marketing specialist or a marketing director was added to this equation now. First of all, parenthetically, let me go back. I wasn't talking about planning in the recreational area. I was just wondering when I said earlier whether we were going someplace other than sports. It was answered, and to the extent that anyone feels that something is not fully answered, or we here may incorrectly project something out there, there are enough of you here to be sure that you correct us. Getting back to here, the marketing director. Does anyone here on this panel propose that the city and its taxpayers pay the salary of and hire a marketing director by the city so that it may do what business needs to be done by bringing in tenants in our barren stores or the high-tech center?
Mr. Gallardo, we already have such a position. It was approved at City Council, I believe, last week. Is that correct?
Last year.
Last year.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Fred Robinson?
We have an economic development committee that provides advice to the city. That committee is made up of citizens, residential components, and representatives of the business community. As a result of that dialogue, we last budget year that it was appropriate for the city to establish basically, for want of a better term, a one-stop shop operation where people that are already motivated to come to this area could go, get a single stop and get the information they need, and also provide a vehicle to reach out to the Macy's of the world or to the Digitals of the world and do a little proactive marketing. We also authorize the production of a number of brochures and marketing materials, and we've been doing just that. And this year, if the budget situation allows, it's our hope to expand that role even further. And I think if you look on that brochure, it says, Bowie means business, because just like Jim Twigger said, this is probably the best educated, most stable, and best located community in Maryland. And the thing to do is just keep banging that marketing out.
And by the way, I'm not getting into an argument here, but sometimes it's necessary for us to give some background information to frame the question so that the people who are not political junkies will be able to know what we're talking about. In this case, I want to pursue it by another question. Since when does government have the responsibility? I know we have an economic development committee on the county level, we have one on the state level, we have one on the federal level, and we also now have one on the city level. Since when does a capitalist system, a free enterprise system, require government and its taxpayers to pay to bring in business in a particular area?
Let me chase that one out. I think some things are being said here that are really foolish. The notion is being presented that the city of Bowie will rush out and talk to the Macy's and the IBMs and the Digitals of the world. They don't talk to small municipalities, and people who don't understand that really don't understand. It has to be done in a team fashion. The state, the county, the city of Bowie, the developers who own the land, and other folks all have to work together as a team, and that's exactly how the Science and Tech Center is being developed. If someone thinks that we can hire someone and put them on city staff and they will run out and they will talk to digital and draw digital in here, I don't think they understand business. And I am concerned because the chamber in its policies here says eliminate government duplication and privatize. And then they flip around and say, we would like you to subsidize with taxpayer money a position to market. Now, what we're doing is we're saying privatize and then saying, but not in my case, I want you to subsidize me. So I think we're getting a little bit of double talk here and conversation from folks who don't understand how you do it.
Richard Dahms.
Thank you very much. Mr. Paget, I can tell you wholeheartedly that you don't understand business, because I can tell you right now municipalities do go after the digitals. They do go after the MCIs. As a matter of fact, down in North Carolina, the city of Greensboro just took from the Washington area a large division of MCI Communications relocating down in Greensboro. You don't understand business, Mr. Paget. I would like to state one thing about the marketing position. I have a new concept for the city of Bowie, and I've communicated this in writing to the Chamber of Commerce. I am for the marketing position, but one little caveat, one little asterisk. In the Dahms administration, we're going to keep headcount of the city of Bowie constant. So that means we're going to have to give up a position. We're going to add a position, we're going to have to give up a position. I'm going to look for everyone to tell me and give us advice, give the council advice, and the people of Bowie to give the council advice. Which position do we want to give up to add this new position which is needed by the city of Bowie?